It's a stock market, and other times it's a market of stocks. What's the difference on that? And sometimes you get tricked, and sometimes you get treated into the try. Let's take a look. Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Quant VTF here at T3 Live at the halftime show. And lo and behold, you ever seen one of these before? How long have I been here? Ta-da! Your 15-minute broadening formation like so. So the question is, how do we get out of this, and do we stay out of there? Right. So we knew that from the Fed was coming yesterday. And yesterday we knew this was coming. So when we talk about some people, the things people say, it's a market of stocks, not a stock market. Well, the way you can define that is whether things are being driven by the futures, right? Or are they being driven by natural buyers and sellers? Okay, so what I mean by that is that when we came in this morning, you got this. We had a 60-minute broadening formation here with closing as an equilibrium in the futures. You see this? The inside bar on the SPY, the QQQ, the diamonds, small cappers. So what happened, right? So right out the chute, the Qs tried to go up, but they got thwarted because there's an equilibrium break to the downside. So everything is getting hit by the futures. So if you have any buy orders in stocks, you're just pulling back while these futures get destroyed, right? So that's where your stock market comes in, when the futures are driving price. So then what occurred here is, if you go back to the SPY, this is what broadening formations do. They stop them out, all right? Because it's discovering price on both sides. We'll see if we can take these guys out, all right? Then we'll get a reversal, the two, inside bar, boom, stop these guys out. Now it's a question of whether who's going to take over and get out of here once and for all. So yesterday people would be like, oh, it looks like we're going to resolve to the upside. I'm like, do we? Boom. Now it's like, oh, we're going to resolve to the downside. Well, now we have inside 60s again. You see this? So for the next hour, we want to know about that, right? Because once this equilibrium comes into here, or it gets stuck in the middle in here and starts going inside, that's when you can see natural buyers and sellers in different stocks. Right now, we have potential of another simultaneous break because you got an inside 60 SPY, Qs, diamonds, and the small cappers. Let me just make sure the diamonds are inside. Yep, to the tick. And the small caps. So small caps, not inside on the 60 there. So potential 222. So it ticks down, ticks up. And so below here for the next hour, 154.48, something we want to know about. So we're going to keep being aware of what these futures are doing as they form this equilibrium. Can they get out of the opening range as well? So if you go back to the SPY here, the daily, now here, outside day. So see right here, yesterday's low, 301.99. That's something I'd want to know about, because then we're going to try and expand that range again. So right now, watching these 60s, and as you can see, when things dry up a little bit, also we still have earnings gaps and stuff like that they're watching. It's also the last day of the month, which means tomorrow we're going to have jobless claims. So it wouldn't surprise me to get back stuck up somewhere in this range today. Be nice to get this thing to break, but if not, we might get stuck in here all day, and if just waiting for those jobless claims. But we'll take it stock by stock and see what we see. So once they started tanking, and one of the things, or they started tanking the futures, you just get out of the way for a lot of things, right? But once they started to stabilize, and you're going to see this on the 15. You see this? There's a 2-2 reversal on the 15, 2-2 reversal on the 30, and on the 5-minute. If you're a little faster. So right now, those things are starting to deteriorate. I'd be aware of this. Here, and here's your 2-2 reversal of the 5. Once you get outside and hit those lows, 2-2 reversal right here. Now I want to see if this deteriorates. So it's trying to get back up into here, but now trying to come back down on the 60s. We had IDXX come out firing. And here's one of the guys you can go after earlier, because when you have the market tanking like it does, and you've got something taking out yesterday's highs, the shorts got what they wanted. The market's tanking, and this thing just blew them all out in one shot. So I don't know how much more you're going to have in there. Now, like I said, you get stuck in the opening range. Now, if you start rallying back through here, 288.12, you might get my attention. We'll see if that sets up. All right, bend but don't break these futures. So, like I said, wouldn't surprise me to get stuck in this opening range. Also, Casey's General Store. You see, there's not a lot of leadership in this market right here, but Casey's came out firing as well. And like I said, just one of those things where the market's tanking. You want to go after these guys who got what they wanted. The market comes in and their stocks jamming them, and so oftentimes that's just it. So we'll see, because here now it goes 2260 back reversal below 170, 102. So we'll see if that resets up. ABMD also resetting here. Potential rev strat, inside bar, then shooter. We'd prefer this to the upside. And if you go to the daily on this and take it out a little bit, just write a little bit more of this down as we proceed here. If we go like this here, so the question is, you see a bunch of this stuff, we call it pivot machine gun, old highs and stuff like that, where people will be positioned or mentally positioned again. So you blew all this stuff out here, and then it's a matter of coming up and regaining all that kind of stuff. All right. So we'll see. If we go to Habit, yeah, I know. Habit Burger. There you go. So Habit Burger coming out of the ashes. That's a 1-bar rev strat monthly outside. So not sure how much you're going to get out of this, but nice and green on the day. And then if you go to the 60, you have an inside 60 right there, like so. So yeah, market leadership, you got to go a little bit down the food chain today, with most sectors still acting somewhat like the futures, with FAS is still inside in the 60 and all that kind of stuff. If we go to AMD, and AMD, this is nice here too. If you look at here, the 2-2 daily reversal back up with the market tanking. And if you're lucky, you find yourself a nice inside 15er here, something down in here. So we'll see if that has anything more to it. Sirius Satellite coming out of the ashes here a little bit. And Sirius monthly here, taking out last month's highs. That's always good. We're ending the month and week, and so let's see if there's anything cooking on the 30s or 60s here. Here's some, I think it looks like we got a 60 down here. So we'll see if this resets up as well. Looks like this is a nice inside 60 here, measured mover up, sideways, above 658, and there you go, a little bit out of that. Cheese ketchup, waking up here, and there we go, out of the ashes here. Kraft Heinz, and there's an inside monther. That's 312, outside month triangle. So you're coming up through here, the inside bar 2976. So now we're looking to take this thing out, 3325. You're got about 80 cents on that, but we'll see. As right now, still trying to get going, albeit creepery, but going into the highs. Still keeping an eye on these futures. They're starting to teeter a little bit. So if we go to Star Surgical, STAA, this can set up the Rev Strat 30, inside 30 and coming back up. So we'll see how that does here. You can see this inside 30 here. Right now we're starting to lose the futures on these 60s. So be aware of that. And so we'll see if this has any more into it. TPX here had a nice run, but now stalling out on the 60. So like you can tell, this is pretty fragmented leadership, if anything. OLED on the gap here, now starting to come in. Had a nice run, but now creeping up like that. Little guy, ABUS. A bus, and we'll see if another bus is coming. Let me see what else I see over there. Yeah, we see things more coming in. So if you look at Facebook on the gap up, now it's doing this here. Facebook, you see this 2 up, 2 down, but doesn't fall apart. All right. Then it tries to go 2 up, get out. And now here, hit it again. Now we'll see if we can get the 222 continuation down on the 60 below 192.26. Looking at these futures, okay. Trying to take these 60 down. It's not totally falling apart, but certainly has my attention, because if they're going to fall apart, that's what they look like. So we'll see how that goes. LRCX having some issues here, and we'll see. This is right now inside on the 60 to see if there's any measured move out of this below 268.09. It's been strong. But it's also up in the air here. So KLAC also trying to rip back through here in the semis, and we'll see if this can go rev strat. That would have to come all the way down here, 164.11. REG, they got them good here on the 3260. We'll see if this sets up again. Big outside weaker. here, and so if we go down to the 60, that would have to still form an inside 60. And here, or you get the 22230 where it tries to come back and then take out this 30-minute low below 66.63 in the next after half an hour. So if we go to BIIB, we're watching this here, the 2-2 reversal day, which is still good right now below 299.02. AGIO also in the bio having some issues going into the lows. We'll see if this lines up again. Here, looks like inside 30. Yep, so right now looking for below 28.48. So you got stuff like Celgene not going really ripping here, but still holding gains with VRTX in the bio. So you can see that VRTX triangles them out and comes back in. Still watching these creaking futures. It's getting a little scary out there. Western Digi gets hit on the gapper here, and we'll see if they can take this 60, give me measured mover, W gap down, and I believe still just kind of meandering towards the lows. CarMax doing this here, daily, just starting off and holding towards the lows. We'll see if that lines up. Here's how you get on this. See this 230 up, boom, right here. Parker Hannifin on a gap down. There's your Rev Strat 30, now an inside 30. Right, this is also an inside 60 down here, and now we'll see what they want to do with the 30. All right, SPY's still creaking here. FRT and the REITs having some issues here too, and we'll see on the 30. This would be a slight poke up. So below this 30, at least right now, it'd be 135.06 below that with the next half an hour. Target coming in and just melting towards the lows. You can see this target in the retail, broadening formation looking like this. Here, do we know about that? We did, weekend video. Let's see, CHRW going to the lows right now, and that was getting slammed yesterday. Looks like still inside day, but we'll see if they, nope, not inside day. Wants to bleed out a little, just a little bit more. CHD having some issues here in the XLP, albeit creeper now. We'll see if this goes inside 60 down. That would be directionally straight into the lows. Here, below 70.36. UVE was getting hit earlier. Now trying to fight back. We'll see if they want to re-roll that or bring her back on that. HCC. And just always looking for nice big long red bars, and then we'll see if that resets up here as well. Now potential 222 on the 60, but you got some time for that to set up. If you go to the 30 in the next half an hour, if this closes out, it would be below 1929. And MDC getting pounded here, but now trying to come back. Just watching for these nice long red and green bars. So right now we're starting to lose the futures. You've got the Dow Jones Diamonds going to the lows, and that's going to lose your triple M right now. Here going towards the lows, IBM going towards the lows. So all that kind of fun stuff. The simultaneous break for the trick or the treat here. Inside 60 down, inside 60 down. Qs slightly inside 60 down. Small cappers 2 up, 2 back down reversal. So that's in force. All this stuff is in force for another 45 minutes. So as long as that condition maintains, you'd want to be aware of that, especially if you're long, because right now they're trying to hit them back down towards the lows, at least for now. So we'll see if they can get out of that opening range. If you're seeing anything that I'm not seeing, because there's a lot of stuff going on, type it in there. And if you want to come and do this stuff with us, hit that link. So happy Halloween spooktacular. Don't get caught on the wrong side and don't do anything stupid. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quant. He's live.